Hey class, we're kind of reviewing for the test right now, and the most common questions I'm getting from students is to try to do homework 2.2, numbers 13 through 15. So what I did here is I found a problem like this from your notes, and I'm going to do this problem in the notes again for you, and hopefully that should help you do numbers 13 through 15 from your homework from 2.2. So if you want to get out page 9 of your notes for section 2, then you can do this problem along with me, and you just know that the problems from the homework are going to be just like it. So let's dig in and get going. First thing I want to do is I want to make sure you even know what the question is asking. So let's figure out what the question is even asking. It says write an equation for the parabola with this vertex that goes through this point. So let's get a visual look at what's going on there. All right, it says that the vertex is at 1, 2, 3, comma, -1. This is where the parabola changes direction. And then it goes through the point 2, 0. So 2, 0. So this is the cool point. This is the one where it changes direction, and then it goes through there. So it looks something like this. And the question is saying, what is the equation of this parabola right here? So this is y equals question mark. What equation would make a parabola that looks like that? Our job is to figure that out. And we're going to do that now. We can do that. There are two ways of looking at a quadratic equation. There's standard form, and there's vertex form. This is the one we use most of the time, but not when we're doing a question like this. In a question like this, we want vertex form. So if you are doing your homework, the first thing you would do for each of those homework problems probably is write this out right here. This is what we need to do this. So how does that help us? This right here is the x-coordinate of the vertex. This right here is the y-coordinate of the vertex. With one exception, for the x-coordinate, you have to change the sign. So let's do that right now. It's saying that the vertex is 3, comma, -1. So the x of the vertex is 3, so we'll put a -3 there. So y equals a x. If this is a 3, you do the opposite, so it'll be -3 squared. And then this is just the y of the vertex. So if the y of the vertex is -1, we just go -1. Our job was to figure out what the equation of this parabola is going to be. And if you look right here, we almost have our answer right now. In fact, the only thing we need to be done with this problem is to know what a is. So I'd like to point out that we're like already almost done. We just need to figure out what a is. But that's going to take a little bit of work because we don't know what a is. Instead of giving us a, they gave us this random point here, 2, comma, 0. And I'd like to point out that all a coordinate is some x value and some y value. And that's important to note because we don't know what a is, but we do know another random x value is 2. And we do know that another random y value is 0. So even though I don't know what a is, I do know that if I wanted to, I could put a 2 here for x, and I could put a 0 here for y. So I'm going to do that right now. So this would be the answer, but I don't know what a is. So instead, I'm going to put a 2 and a 0 in for x and y. So 0 equals a, wish I knew what you were, parenthesis x, I could put a 2 there if I wanted, -3 squared minus 1. Why is this nice? The reason it's nice is because the only letter left is a. So even though I don't know what a is yet, for the first time in this problem, I could actually solve for it. So let's figure out what a is. 2 minus 3 is -1. So 0 equals a times -1 squared minus 1. Negative 1 squared is the same thing as negative 1 times negative 1. A negative times a negative is a positive, so negative 1 squared would just be 1. So 0 equals 1a minus 1. I'll add 1 to each side. So 1a equals 1. So a just equals 1. And if you remember back here, we said about 2 minutes ago that we would have been done with this problem, except we didn't know what a was. If we knew what a was, we would be done with the problem. Well, guess what? We know what a is now. It's 1. So I'll just go like that. And put a 1 right there. That's the answer to the question. And numbers 13, 14, and 15 on the homework for 2.2 will work just like this. So you can get that homework out, and you can just kind of watch this video and just go step by step, and you'll just, instead of using these points, you'll just use whichever points they give you, and it'll work. So good luck.